Titanomachy, the Great War of Titans. Part 1. The Gathering of Storms. For eons, the Titan king Cronus ruled the cosmos. He believed his throne was secure after swallowing 5 of his children, but he had been deceived. His 6th child, Zeus, had been hidden away in a cave on Crete, growing stronger on the milk of a goat and the honey of bees. When Zeus reached adulthood, destiny called. With the help of the Titaness Metis, he tricked Cronus into drinking an emetic potion. Cronus gagged and vomited up the stone that had been disguised as Zeus, followed by his 5 fully grown children, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. They emerged not as victims, but as gods ready for war. They ascended to the highest peak in Greece, Mount Olympus. Cronus and his Titan brothers, ocean-cleaving Oceanus, hyper-intelligent Coeus, and the mighty Hyperion, gathered on the opposing peak of Mount Othrys. The lines were drawn, the old order versus the new. The Titanomachy, the war of the Titans, had begun. Part 2. 10 years of stalemate. We often think of wars in mythology as quick battles, but this was a grinder. The war lasted for 10 long celestial years. The earth shook daily. The sky burned. When the Titans attacked, they hurled entire mountains. When the Olympians retaliated, energy blasted the land. But the forces were too evenly matched. The Titans possessed raw, elemental strength and size. The Olympians possessed agility and intellect. Neither side could gain the upper hand. The universe itself groaned under the weight of the conflict. Gaia, the Earth Mother, fearing that her surface would be destroyed completely, whispered a secret to her grandson Zeus. You cannot win with strength alone. To defeat the Titans, you must release those whom Cronus fears the most. She was speaking of the forgotten prisoners in Tartarus, the Cyclopes and the Hecatonchires. Zeus understood. To win the sky, he had to go to the deepest pit of the earth. Leaving the war on the surface, Zeus descended into Tartarus. He slew the jailer, the dragon Campe, and broke the chains that bound his monstrous uncles. First, he released the Cyclopes, Brontes, Stiripes, and Argus. They were master smiths who had been waiting eons to forge again. In gratitude, they gave the Olympians gifts of unimaginable power. To Hades, they gave the Helm of Darkness, a cap that rendered the wearer completely invisible, even to the eyes of gods. To Poseidon, they gave the Trident, a 3-pronged spear that could shake the earth and shatter rocks. To Zeus, they gave the ultimate weapon, the thunderbolt. Not just fire, but concentrated cosmic energy that could vaporize anything. Next, Zeus released the Hecatonchires, the 100-handed ones. These were 3 giants, Cottus, Briareus, and Gyges, each with 50 heads and 100 arms. They were living siege engines, eager for revenge against their father Cronus.
The turning of the tide. Armed with new weapons and new allies, the Olympians launched their final assault. It was a coordinated strike, Hades, wearing his helmet of darkness, slipped into the Titan camp unseen to destroy their weapons and morale. Poseidon struck the earth with his trident, creating shockwaves that knocked the Titans off balance. Then Zeus unleashed the fury of the sky. He didn't throw one lightning bolt, he threw a storm. The air turned into white fire, the forests caught flame, and the oceans boiled. While the Titans were blinded and burning, the Hecatoncheires advanced. With their 300 combined arms, they picked up massive boulders, rocks the size of hills. They hurled them in a constant, crushing barrage. It is said they threw 300 rocks at a time, burying the Titans under a rain of stone before they could even stand up. Part 5. The Fall of Othrys. The sheer violence of the attack broke the Titans' will. Cronus, the king who had devoured his children, now looked up to see those same children wielding power he could not comprehend. The Titans were defeated. They were bound in chains, chains forged from the same unbreakable metal they had used to imprison others. Zeus did not kill them. Gods cannot die. Instead, he cast them down into the same prison where they had kept their brothers, Tartarus. The Hecatoncheires, once prisoners, volunteered to become the jailers. They stood guard at the bronze gates of the pit, ensuring that Cronus and his allies would never see the light of day again. Part 6. The Punishment of Atlas. Not all Titans were imprisoned. Some, like Oceanus and Themis, had remained neutral. Others, like Prometheus, had sided with Zeus. They were spared. But one Titan faced a special punishment. Atlas, the son of Iapetus, had been the general of the Titan army, leading the charge while Cronus sat on his throne. Zeus decided that Atlas would not go to Tartarus. His punishment would be to serve as the pillar of the universe. Zeus commanded Atlas to go to the western edge of the world and hold up the celestial sphere, the sky, on his shoulders. Atlas stands there still, bearing the crushing weight of the heavens, separating the sky god Uranus from the earth mother Gaia, ensuring they never crash together again. The war was over. The era of monsters and brute force had ended. The Olympians divided the world, and the reign of Zeus began.